Yo, what's good, everybody? Today is Thursday, October 9th. I want to run through price action from today because I took a super clean long setup that ended up just getting completely railed and stopped out. So I want to run through it, why I think it got stopped out, and how to trade a day like this where you take a perfect setup and you end up getting stopped out. So without further ado, just hop straight in. All right, so I want to clear up these charts really fast and I want to start doing some top down with you guys. So on the bigger time frame, we opened the market within this consolidation range, literally chilling right at all-time highs. So at this point, right, I really have no bias. I need to wait for the morning to open to affirm to me which direction the market wants to go, right? Same exact thing for NQ. Like, we opened right here. Like, there's really nothing here that's giving me a bias, long or short, that's so convicted that there's no reason price should move against that bias. You can always formulate little reasons for, like, okay, maybe price wants to move lower, maybe it wants to move higher, but very rare times, and these are the times when you do want to trade, you can find a reason or a set of reasons that tells you the market definitely wants to move higher and there's really no reasons why we should want to move lower. That's actually when you want to take your setup. So opening the market, like looking here at NQ, there is nothing really giving me my bias. Okay, sure, we just swept internal sell side right about here. Like, maybe we want to go a little bit lower, right? Let's see, we could have want to go maybe this fair value gap right here. Oh, we were tapped into that. Maybe you want to zoom out a little bit, find a 4-hour fair value gap. Let's see what we have there. We have this one right here. So this is what I'm looking at going into the open, right? I'm like, maybe we want to retrace, tap this, and then maybe we go higher. If we don't take that, maybe if we don't go there first, maybe we want to manipulate the highs, then go lower. Like, I want to see, right? Because to me, what does this look like? Right here, this looks like a big AMD model, right? So I want to see one side of the range get taken and he sweep at the other side, or then a reversal back to take the other side, right? That's really the textbook plan for today, right? So going into open, what do we see, right? We see London, all this generating, right? We see a tiny little SMTs at these lows, which might give me a tiny bit more of a bullish bias. But to me, this also just looks like chop, right? It's not really something that I'm so convicted in because there was no big blast off after that SMT. It would just continue playing around. So at this point, I marked out this low because there was a low of a gap and it was pretty significant here on ES. So I marked it out and I'm waiting to see what price does on open, right? So on open, 9:30 a.m. ES ends up pumping and taking out Asia high very quickly, like within the first minute or two, right? So we take out Asia high, then we start moving lower. Does NQ? NQ does not. So what do we now have? We now have a big bearish SMT right here. So on open, that goes right about here to here it was. So pretty big push higher, or pretty big SMT right here. Just checking. Yeah, that's perfect, right? So we already take London Asia high. Maybe ES wants to go lower, right? But I'm not really convicted in taking a trade here because I don't know if maybe we want to go sweep external sell side. Because in terms of the market, right, we might want to go lower off of our session highs and lows, or we most likely, if we're just looking at structure without these, we probably want to go take the external side of the range. And I'm not looking to really take a confident setup until I see external swept, not this small little insignificant 1 minute high swept here that is actually just Asia high. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for further conviction on why. Market ends up pushing lower, right? Maybe you could have gotten a fair value gap here, a setup to the downside, would end up playing. But the reason why I don't end up taking a setup like that is because if we look right here from 9:30 when we get that move to, we'll check on ES, right? From 9:30 on ES to probably about 5-10 minutes into the open, what is ES doing? 9:30, it's literally just pushing downwards, right? For the first 5-10 minutes of the market, it's pushing lower. So to me, that is textbook discorrelation. I just want to let the market sit. I want to see where we want to go, because now my previous opinions and maybe thoughts about where the market might want to go, they're all completely wrong. So now I want to literally sit back and watch, what are we doing? What price action wants to build? I'm letting price action build. It's like a typewriter, or like like literally there's someone just typing and I'm trying to wait until they type enough for me to understand the topic. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. So I'm literally waiting for more price action to be given, more info to be read out to me. So what we end up doing is coming down, sweeping this internal low right here on the bigger time 15 minute, and then we end up putting in a big bullish SMT right here. So we end up taking that low, we put in a tiny little stop rate right about here. So we quickly draw that in right here with some quick little money right here, stop rate. And then if we go check out ES, you can see the difference in structure where we don't end up taking this low. So we're a little bit above that low right about here. So to me, that looks like, okay, yeah, we probably most likely, I want to see what we want to do. ES looks like it could definitely want to go higher because we do still have that external level above. However, we did just take our session liquidity. NQ, however, though, did make the SMT. It's looking like it's being manipulated. It's getting a strong push to the upside right here. And then as well, we have resting highs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a ton of resting generated liquidity right here. literally just drawing this out, this is a really nice low resistance liquidity run if we want to go ahead and spark that right now. So what does the market end up doing? We end up getting a beautiful inverse fair value gap right here, inverse, and then we end up getting a new one placed in right here. I'll group these three into right here. And then finally, my final piece of confirmation, I need that change in the state of delivery. Now I have everything that I need to do to take an A+ setup. So I end up taking this trade right here on the fair value gap. Stop goes right below this low, and then I end up targeting first TP at, I believe it was this high in, was it right here? Yeah, I believe it was just exactly like this, right? So I end up taking the trade to Asia high, or most likely this high right here, because I'm looking to see around 2R. I'm pretty convicted that if we do go ahead and play out this AMD model right now, we should go ahead and take all-time highs once again, right? So in a situation like this looks like a perfect fine setup to me. We have general liquidity here, retracing the fair value gap, all that good stuff. The only reason this trade does not play out and ends up destroying me, in my opinion, is going to be that SMT that ES had right here. That, in my opinion, is the one reason why this trade doesn't play. But let me tell you this as well. This trade can play out with that SMT there. And a couple weeks in the future, this exact setup is going to play out again, literally exactly again, and we are going to see it play out. Because why? Because the system has an expected return. Most of the time it's going to be winning, right? So if we wait the rest of the year and we take photos of every single setup that looks exactly like this, you're going to see taking this setup over and over and over again, even though I got stopped out today, is going to be profitable. That's how the system works, bro. So the main point that I'm trying to make is not be mad about these losses, right? I literally took this, I got stopped out, and I'm like, okay, I mean, this was perfect. I saw everything I wanted to do. Like, literally, this was amazing. If I didn't take this trade, you would be stupid. That's the way you want to look at this. If you don't take the setup that hits every single rule you have, you would be stupid. That's the best way to look at a loss like this, because you realize you are truly now, you're sticking to your plan, you're doing what you said you would, and that's the best feeling to have, is you don't have any excuses on why you failed this, why you failed that. You are sticking to the plan, you're making these things happen, and you're doing it the right way. That's the best way to be about this. So overall, I mean, I'm perfectly fine taking this loss. Some of you guys might be mad about the loss if you did take it, but to me, I mean, dude, I'm completely fine taking this loss. I understand, you know, I don't really think I did anything wrong besides maybe ignoring that SMT a little bit. So in the future, the biggest change I'm going to be making is giving more importance to that SMT, especially at session highs and these session levels, because watching how we end up respecting this small little high right here, even though it is a session level, that understanding could have definitely led to you getting some kind of trade within this range to go ahead and catch this gnarly little dump right here. So, I mean, I think that's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something. Understand the way that I'm kind of looking at the markets, the way that I feel after taking a loss, why I'm not mad, all that good stuff. I hope you guys learned some stuff. And without further ado, I'm gonna have to let you boys go. So drop some comments if you have any questions, anything, like the video, and yeah, so peace out.